1, 2, 3, 4!
From my point of view, the Beatles story is way, way up here somewhere. That story is so unbelievable.
It is.
And all the dynamics involved, you got four people, and like you say, the luck of those guys meeting up with George Martin and ending up at the best studio on the planet.
Yeah, that's what made me become a musician, was discovering the Beatles, as it is for a lot of people. But their story has so much magic and synchronicity in it. It's just like everything just fell perfectly in line, but they had to do the work.
I try to say that to youngsters now who generally only work on their own. They don't even have bands anymore. All these solo artists, whether they're young girls or young guys, sitting in front of a TV screen trying to be great, Like in the old days, the best music was made in teams of people. Sometimes they were called bands,
Yes.
And I don't see how you can refute it, really, because when you see that film of the Beatles working together, and you see how John and Paul fed off each other and worked together, it's like, that was the genius. That's what made that music.
Don't let me down.
And that music's lasted 60 years. Not 6 weeks or a year or two. It's 60 years. It still sounds amazing. And
Absolutely.
It still influences writers and musicians. They're still trying to figure it out.
That's right.
How did they do it? The way they did it was because there were 2 of them or 3 of them or 4 of them. And they were arguing and shouting, like some mad family, got together, 4 guys, ripping each other to pieces, and then trying to outdo each other. And if you can do that, I can do this, That's how the greatness was made, really. I think it's very difficult for a single person to pull that off, really.
The Beatles hit such a Mount Everest of achievement. It's almost like when they broke up, all of those early singer-songwriters took the gauntlet. It's like, now we're going to do what they did. We're going to write these amazing songs. We're going to compete.
That's absolutely right, because the Beatles were like one of the first people to write their own songs.
Yes.
I mean, up until that point, it was people writing for people.
One of the things I think that makes that music so timeless is that it's actually real human beings in a room together playing music together. That's why when you hear those records, like the Beatles records, there's this vibrancy, there's this thing that just resonates that you cannot emulate with technology. You can't.
Intermission. End of intermission.